Here, I want to talk about releasing. As you come to the end of this year, the things that you might need to release out of your life so that you can have a more successful, positive year next year. We all have areas of disappointment or goals that we didn't reach or things that we wish could be different. This is a good time of year to start looking at the areas of our lives that do need some change. One of the things that we often do is get stuck in these negative patterns that we hold on to that hold us back, and we get in our own way. So how can we release those? It does take work. You kind of have to manage your mind, you have to manage your emotions, you have to start creating action plans. Two places that you can start doing this and bring that awareness in now, don't wait till January 1st, start doing it now, is to look at what's going on internally. Where is your thought life? Where are your thoughts going? Our brain has a negative bias. It likes to go to worst case scenario or the disappointments or the pain or the depressed thoughts of our lives. Start paying attention to how often that's happening, not just where your thoughts go, but how long they stay there. That's draining really important mental, emotional energy from your life, physical energy as well. So start looking at that. Look at those experiences and start thinking of how you might be able to change them. If it's an event that's happened that keeps rolling around in your mind the same way, what you want to start doing is what's called renegotiating the experience. Instead of reliving it the same way in your thought life, each time that it comes up, start changing it. Try and rewrite it as if you were writing a movie script. How could that have gone different? How would that have been better? What would have been optimal? Start bringing in some resources to places where you felt helpless or you felt upset. Who would have been the best support? What would have been the best outcome? Renegotiate that experience, because as you imagine it, it will lay it down differently when it goes back into your memory bank. It will have less impact than it does if you repeat the same thing over and over again. So you want to renegotiate the experience. You also want to reframe it. Start challenging your perception about how you're looking at the thoughts and emotions that are coming up. Are they the same old things that have a lot of self-pity or victimhood in them? Or can you challenge that perception and start making meaning out of things, reframing it in a way that's positive so that you can actually extract some learning from it? When you do that, then you need to take that next step, which is making an action plan. Start looking at practical, positive things that you can do to change whatever that was, to make it whatever it should be, what you want it to be for the next year. You have to practice it. It doesn't just happen all by itself. So make an action plan for what you're going to do to learn new skills, to be stronger, to build resiliency. It might mean going and doing some therapy sessions so you can get a better sense of your value and your self-worth and start learning how to really take these thoughts captive. So these thoughts that come in that are negative, start taking them hostage, start taking them captive, renegotiate them, figure out how you want to reframe it, what can you learn from it, and what meaning comes from it that you can make some positive, actionable steps to move forward. That's the first thing. That's managing your internal environment. And it's a skill that takes practice that you have to do every day. So start bringing consciousness to it now. It will start to get easier for you. The second place I want you to look is your environment. This is external. Who are you surrounded by? If you are the smartest, strongest, healthiest, most amazing, funniest person in the room, and we all want to be a lot of the time, but what that means is if you're the best in any given room of your circle of influence, they're not influencing you in the right way. You're not elevated by being the best in the room. You want to seek to be around the best, people that are better, stronger, smarter, funnier, healthier than you. How else are you going to elevate? How can you find new energy to match if you're not around it? What you're doing is creating anchors that are going to hold you back. If you're with negative people that are looking to you to elevate them as opposed to everybody kind of resonating with this positive energy that will build up relationships, that will build you up personally, that will give you something to aspire to. So look at the people in your life. If you're around people that are not supportive, that are disrespectful, insulting, that are putting you down, that are bringing you down, you should cut them out entirely. If not, push them to a really distant periphery. These people, you might think you have a handle on it, but they are energy vampires that are really going to hold you back. And you're allowing that to happen. If you're around those kind of negative, toxic people, if you're in a job that's negative and toxic, you need to, again, bring awareness to it, challenge your perceptions about it. What meaning can you make from it? But you need to go to that next step where you start making action steps to get out of it. And this is the important part. It is so empowering to be able to set those plans, to set a way to meet your goals. It's not enough to know what you want to be different. It matters that you can put steps into place to start making progress. That's what's going to help you move here. Everything else keeping you here, and you're the only one that's allowing that to happen. So you can't blame your family, your job, your relationship, your friendships, the crappy people that you've allowed into your life, that you've allowed to stay close to you, the crappy thoughts that you've allowed, and emotions that you are staying with. You need to actively take all of those hostage, metaphorically, and start learning how to deal with them. Move them to the periphery, cut them out of your life, and find ways to take action to move forward. This is your task for the end of this year. This is better than resolutions. This is about mastering your mindset, your internal environment, and starting to plan ways to change and be better. You want to do the same with your external environment. Make changes, take action. It will make you feel better about yourself. It will change your thoughts. It will change your life. It really will. Start doing this now. Be disciplined in this area. You can be better. I hope you've had a great year. I challenge you to make next year an even better one. Until next time.